Are Chechen forces really about to move into Iran? Reports cited by Iranian media on April 1st said Chechen units were ready to enter Tehran at once if the United States launched a ground invasion. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov reportedly framed the conflict as a fight between justice and evil. Once that claim spread, the Pentagon was rattled, Gulf states fell quiet, and one question was suddenly everywhere. Is this real? The force in question is the Akhmat Special Unit, tied to Kadyrov. In this account, these are hardened veterans from the Ukraine war, experienced in urban combat, mountain fighting, and security missions. The video says Chechnya has around 20 formal combat units with reserves that could push total manpower toward 100,000. If the US really launches a ground attack, the claim is that Chechen forces would not enter as a big armored formation. They would move in more flexibly as volunteers or local allied units, sending hundreds or even thousands of elite special operators and light infantry to help Iran secure key points, train local forces, and carry out high-risk missions. So why would Kadyrov help Iran? On the surface, the argument is Islamic solidarity, but the deeper claim is strategy. This would let Moscow support Tehran in a real way without openly dragging Russia into the war. And from Kadyrov's point of view, if Iran falls, US influence could push toward the Caucasus and expose Russia's southern flank. The video also argues that helping Iran would serve as both retaliation and deterrence, especially with reports that anti-drone specialists linked to Ukraine were heading to the Middle East. So how much deterrent value do Chechen forces really have? Realistically, they could not go head-to-head with a full US heavy armored division. Their value lies in being hard to fight, especially in dense urban terrain. In a city like Tehran, battle-tested veterans could turn any ground operation into a grinding close-range nightmare. And their involvement would create a serious problem for Washington. If Chechen volunteers were fighting in Iran, the United States could not easily use that alone as a reason to escalate directly against Russia. The video adds another warning. Turkey reportedly told Washington it would not allow Kurdish armed groups to join any military action against Iran, and that Ankara could respond directly if they did. Would the United States really be scared off? The video says US forces in the Middle East already number more than 50,000, including airborne troops, Marines, special operations forces, and attack aircraft gathered around Iran. But politically, Trump is in a far more awkward position. According to the video, anti-war protests in the United States are growing, support for the war is falling, and even officials have warned that a limited ground invasion of Iran could quickly cost hundreds of American lives. In the end, even this video admits that it is still unclear whether Chechen forces will actually enter Iran. Chechen commanders themselves reportedly say the talk of deployment is more about deterrence for now, and any final move would still need Putin's order. But the signal has already been sent. The message is that Russia's support for Iran goes far beyond words, and Trump's own position now looks increasingly inconsistent. He talks about ending the war, while also sending more forces to the Middle East and threatening massive strikes. At this stage, the issue is no longer just who has more missiles. The bigger question is whether Trump is really willing to step into a war that could become a lasting quagmire. The knife is already out. Will he take the challenge?